Welcome to our channel. This is Archie the Cockatiel and I am Stacy, and today we are going to be doing part 2 of reacting to your cages. So our first cage today is for a adorable pearled cockatiel named Hermes. And Liv says that Hermes is almost a year old. She got his cage off of Amazon. The measurements are pictured here, so I'll insert that here. It's definitely a very roomy cage, especially for that amount of money that you spent, so you got a good deal on it. Some facts about Hermes are that he loves to sing and whistle the Addams Family. I've been trying to teach Archie that. Every time I try, he just starts whistling Pirates of the Caribbean. So Hermes talks a lot and he loves listening to Archie, so that's always good to hear that you have a fan, huh? Yeah. Alright, so looking at the cage, like I said, it's definitely a spacious cage for a single cockatiel. I like that you have natural perches in there. I can also tell that you're probably a subscriber to Marlene McCohen's Feathered Fun Box because I see a lot of the Feathered Fun Box toys in there, which are all very good toys, like the baby steps, caps and ladders, the swing that was in one of the boxes not too long ago, the foraging box and whatnot. I see there's a couple of toys on the bottom of the cage, which is good to keep them active down there. There's also a toy on the top of the cage too. It's like a lollipop stick kind of toy. Archie used to have that one. He played with it a little bit. He mostly just perched on it. Yeah, he perched on it. He didn't really play with it. I see a cuddle bone in there, which is good. I do see it looks like a textured flat perch. And then another toy on the bottom. So I love that you have the natural branches in there. Those look great. They're really good feed exercise for birds. You don't want to use dowel perches because those are bad for their feet. It can cause bumblefoot. So definitely love those natural perches. I would say in this corner over here you could probably fit another perch. I would say maybe like a smooth flat perch or one of the seashell perches like Archie has. I think it's called a comfy clam. You could do something like that, like if you wanted to give extra vitamins and minerals. Otherwise, just a regular flat platform perch could be good, or another natural branch, that would work too. But I think just to like fully utilize the cage, you could put a little something there. You have a good amount of toys in there. Yeah, overall it's a great setup. I really don't have that much in tips to give you other than to maybe put another perch over in that corner there. The only other tip that I would have is I see you use plastic bowls and there's 4 of them in there. You could put in maybe some stainless steel cups instead. You can find those on Amazon that are universal that can attach to any cage. Those are good because they're more hygienic. They don't build up bacteria like the plastic ones do. They're also easier to clean, so it does make your life a little easier too. So yeah, so that's my only other recommendation would be to switch out those plastic bowls for stainless steel. But you have a very cute bird, and Hermes has lots of toys to play with and seems to be a very happy bird. Our next cage is for a beautiful cockatiel named Zazu. Their owner says that Zazu spends around 6 hours outside of his cage every day. He's about 15 weeks old. The dimensions are 26 inches by 20 inches by 65 inches. I'm assuming that includes the stand and the dimensions as well. I used to have this cage for my Kayik. It's a great cage. It's a good size for a single cockatiel. And Zazu is adorable. Alright, so it says that you took the swing out that I can see in the picture there. I do see that you have a dowel perch, but you followed the advice about putting vet wrap around it, which is good. You've got a long twisted rope perch in there as well. You have a wreath toy, a finger traps toy. I love that grass mat with all those toys on the back wall there. The only thing I don't see that your bird may enjoy would be a flat perch or a platform perch. There's a couple of places I think that you could put it. I'll point those out here. You could also like maybe make a small adjustment to some of the other perches to make that platform perch work. But I just think it would give your bird some more variety in the cage. It's also good for relaxing their feet so that their feet aren't always gripping around something. So it's just another way to give them some good foot exercise. But I love the toys in there. You could probably fit maybe one more toy right over here. You have a cuddle bone and a mineral block in there, which is great. So yeah, definitely a pretty good cage setup. Not too much that I would change other than the things that I mentioned. Zazu is very cute and a very lucky bird to have such a great setup and lots of fun toys. So we're off to a good start. But yeah, I think you could probably fit at least one or two more toys in there. Alright, so our next cage is for an adorable bud. Oh, is it kissy time? Can we get back to the video? Are we allowed? Are we allowed? Oh, big stretch. Alright, so back to Jasmine, the adorable budgie. This says that she loves beatboxing. I would love to see that. And that she has a crush on Archie, who just pooped on me. Yeah. Okay. You know, I think Jasmine would probably like some kisses from you. She has a crush on you. Here, you want to see a picture? Ooh. Yeah. All the ladies like some Archie. Alright, so Jasmine's cage is 31 by 21 by 37 inches. Definitely a large cage you have there. I can see several toys. I like the bird kebab, the foraging box toy. I see a pine cone, one of those cute tennis shoe toys. Another like paper with some maybe natural wooden material toy. You have a Boing in there. The ladder is nice. I do like the natural perches. I'm not sure what this is. Looks a little weird. If that's like a chain hanging in there or something, I'm not sure exactly. It looks a little weird. There's plastic bowls in there. Switch those out for stainless steel if possible. That triangle swing, the rope swing there, those aren't necessarily bad, but see that big clump of like rope tassels hanging at the bottom? That could lead to them chewing and possibly ingesting it, having crop impaction and passing away from that. So I would recommend maybe finding one of those triangle swings or another type of swing that doesn't have that bunch of rope hanging from the bottom. It's supposed to be there for them to want to chew on it, but cotton rope isn't really something that you want your bird chewing on necessarily for fun, just because they could ingest the fibers. The perch itself is fine as long as you make sure that there's no threads that get loose that their nail or toe could get caught in that could cause them injury. So whenever you have one of those rope perches, you always want to keep a close eye on it and inspect it every day and replace it regularly. But yeah, that triangle swing, I would probably find a different type to switch it out for, just because that clump of like tassel, rope, whatever you want to call it, it could be hazardous to them. I love the bird kebab, those are great. I see an opportunity for, once again, flat perches possibly on like the left side there. Overall, it's a pretty good cage setup. There's just a couple of things that I would change on that. Jasmine is a very pretty budgie. What do you think? Okay. Our next cage is for a conure named Mango. They say that their bird is potty trained and can copy you. The cage is 23 by 19 inches. It's by a brand called You and Me, which You and Me is a brand by Petco. So I can tell that you must live in North America, probably in the United States. So looking at this cage, it's definitely small. You didn't say how much time your bird spends in the cage. So this size cage could be alarming for a bird that spends much time in the cage. There's a lot of dowel perches, which I don't recommend. It looks like there's a bowl on the bottom of the cage. I wouldn't recommend having a bowl in the bottom like that because they could poop in it or it could get flipped over. So I would definitely recommend getting a bigger cage. One of the last cages that we just went over, they got their cage for only $80 on Amazon, and it's much bigger than this and would be more suited for your bird. I loathe happy huts. They can be extremely dangerous for your bird. I do not like them, so I would recommend taking that out. Happy huts, the fabric can get caught in their nails. They could hang from it in a bad way, not a fun way. And if they ingest the fabric, it can once again lead to crop impaction, and basically they can't digest the material, so it sits in their crop and gathers and they slowly die from it. You can have your bird have surgery to get that removed sometimes, but a lot of birds don't make it through the surgery. So I know some people have happy huts and never have a problem. But the fact that it could happen is something that should deter you from it, so I would recommend taking that out. I do see that you have a natural looking toy in there, but that's the only one that I see other than a swing, which I can't imagine that they would really be able to swing very well in a small space like that, especially with those perches so close together. So definitely need a bigger cage, definitely need stainless steel bowls that are on the side of the cage, not in the bottom. Less dowel perches, definitely more toys. So not the greatest setup. I would definitely make a lot of changes to this. If you have any questions, send me a message and I can, try to help you maybe find a cage and accessories online to recommend to you. I know that it's convenient to get those cages that you see at PetSmart and Petco, especially if you're getting your bird from one of those places, because a lot of time the associates want to make a sale, so they'll sell you what they have, and the cages that they carry just aren't very big. I mean, it's a pet store. They don't have a lot of space for a bunch of big, decent bird cages, so theirs tend to be a little on the small side. And either their employees aren't trained well enough to really recommend that you go elsewhere to find a cage, or obviously their store wants to make revenue and sell you what they have, so they're going to recommend what they have. So definitely do some looking around and try to find a bigger cage online, because this one is just too small. Even if your bird doesn't spend a lot of time in that cage, it's pretty small, it's cramped with all the dowel perches in there, that happy hut in the swing. Your bird needs more toys for enrichment, so it'll keep their mind busy, things for them to chew on, puzzles for them to have to forage through, so definitely some room for improvement. But your bird is super cute. Mango's adorable. I love conures. They're so pretty. They're too loud for an apartment though, which is why I can't have one. Yeah. Although my Kayik and my Quaker are pretty loud as it is. Our next cage is for a beautiful Lutino cockatiel named Mikko. Now, Mikko is about 3.5 months old. He loves chewing on earrings and won't stop until he's satisfied. The cage is 1 meter by 1.2 meters. I think that's what that says. To the left, he has a cuddle bone. You can see that in the cage there. You do have a really good sized cage for Mikko there. That's awesome. I love the natural branches you have in there. I don't know if you made those yourself or you found those like online or in a store somewhere, but those look awesome. I like that you use stainless steel bowls. I like the little ladder in there and the ball at the bottom of the cage for Mikko to play with. I would definitely say you could fit some more toys in there. Maybe some woven shreddable toys, some toys with wood on them. I do see a toy that has some cotton rope on it. I would recommend possibly removing that and switching it out for something else. Like I mentioned in one of the Evie's playing with one of her toys. Alright, so I would definitely say that you can fit some more toys in there. I would take out that one with the cotton rope. Like I mentioned earlier, sometimes they'll ingest those fibers and it can make them sick. You could probably do one of like those foraging walls like I've mentioned before in some of my other videos that have toys on them, so they can kind of hang on the side of the cage and play with them. A flat perch would be good. Maybe one of the corner ones, because you could fit it in one of the corners there. But Mikko is so cute. I love that multi-perch that you have on the right side with all the branches off of it. That's pretty cool. Definitely a great size cage for this bird. Yeah, Mikko is definitely a very lucky bird. That is a very spacious cage. You could definitely fit more toys in it. Like I said, like foraging toys, woven toys, some more wood toys. Maybe one of those foraging balls like Archie has. One of those seashell comfy clam perches could be good to put in there, especially if you want to give your bird some more calcium and minerals. Maybe a toy with like a seagrass mat on it to hang from the side of the cage. You could also do some toys with some crinkle paper or paper in general. Cockatiels do like to shred paper. Some foraging box toys or some popsicle stick toys could also be good for your bird. There's definitely a lot of possibilities that you could add into your cage. But overall, I really love those natural perches, and that's a beautiful size cage for Mikko. And I really like that you use stainless steel bowls, so awesome job there. Alright, thank you for joining us for our video today. If you would like to see another cage reaction video, please leave a comment down below. You can also leave a comment down below for other video ideas that you'd like to see. Oh, big stretch. Yeah. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you'd like to see more of our videos. I want to say thank you to everyone who sent me pictures of their birds and cages. I really appreciate your entries. If I wasn't able to do a review on your cage, I do apologize. If you still want my opinion, you can send me a message and I can still review that for you privately. Until then, we will see you next time.